welcome to Thumb Bandits.
Here we separate the crap from the all-time classics. Asteroids, Pitfall, Tomb Raider.
Felching in the dark.
How do you play that? On this week's show, we've got the fantastic offspring to horror, gore, Resident Evil and the PlayStation 2.
We bring you Dirty Dancing Robots. Alex looks at the latest release for the Dreamcast, and yep, they are actually still releasing new games for the Dreamcast.
Plus loads of sneaky peeks at games coming your way. But first, a spot of gratuitous violence.
Close shave, please, Barbara. Us Brits have always been up for a bit of violence, especially when it comes to computer games. The UK's attitude to console carnage is as laid back as the Dutch mentality to drugs. In fact, industry Ubermeister, the British Board of Film Classification, seem well up for a large gun massacre, according to their official statement.
Video games are less violent to play than to contemplate, since the focus is on beating the machine rather than the human figure.
In other words, you're not cutting the throat of a real person. It's just pretend, of course. Carry on, please, sir. Ow! Easy, Barbara.
So no problems then? Not quite. This issue of censorship hasn't been that simple in practice. Every year there's been a game that causes the censors to choke on their cappuccino. In 1997, they got all flustered over Carmageddon, a driving game where you had to knock down as many pedestrians as possible. But censors insisted the game was changed, so you had to knock down zombies.
But the most bizarre story of all is Thrill Kill. This infamous cult title is famous for its S&M overtones, armless mental patients, bloodthirsty dwarves, and gallons of gore. First time it went to the censors, all that had to be removed was a female orgasm from the soundtrack. No worries. But then EA acquired the game, and they did have worries. It was promptly buried, never to see the light of day.
And even now, the censorship issue refuses to go away. Hooligans is the latest game upsetting the powers that be.
Hooligans is a game inspired by the British. Makes you proud, doesn't it? You're in charge of a gang of footy fans, and beating the crap out of other supporters is the name of the game. Right up my street. Its creator, a peace-loving Dutchman, is in the UK trying to convince censors that mocking an entire nation of volatile pint drinkers is a smart card to play.
Jason, thank you very much for coming along. First of all, tell us about the game Hooligans. What's it about?
The idea behind it is, like most RTS games, it's you control your troops, like a war game. And the object of this game is to become the most notorious group of hooligans in Europe. We've taken alcohol, we've taken violence, we've taken drugs, and we've taken sex. And
I've taken two of those things in my life, but carry on. Now, Jason, you're obviously not offended by the game, but some people are going to be. What would you say was the most potentially offensive round or action you can do in the game?
we have innocents walking around on the level,
Right.
and you can attack the innocents.
Shoot the bastard! But Hooligans beating the crap out of police, that's all right, is it?
We thought we'd make a fun game, not a realistic game.
But you must have known when you started this game was going to cause a lot of offence, didn't you?
Well, I was aware that we would run into some controversy.
Come on, you knew there were going to be loads of controversy, be honest.
Not loads, because it's aimed at an 18 to 35-year-old audience. And we thought we would get into some sort of controversy, but not as to the extent that it has gone into right now.
May as well leave early, they'll never expect this. And smash fuck out of the town.
So I can spell Deutschland. It's not an old ambulance, is it? That's not a bit.
That's excellent.
Do you think this game will encourage people to become violent and become hooligans themselves?
This is a game for mature people.
Shoot the bastard!
You know, the only thing that will happen after playing this game is that you'll, have a laugh